This is definitely not everything, but it's some of the things that you will see when you encounter somebody with a moon in a certain house, right? It reminds everyone that you should always, obviously, take care about which ascendant you're working with. Are there any aspects of, affecting this moon? Is this moon, conjunct with malefics? All these things will definitely matter, even regarding the degree itself. It will matter, right? So these details, they do change the overall outcome. But today we're talking generally, as if there were no other important traits that we had to look at, right? So moon on the ascendant, right? That you meet this person, they have their moon on the ascendant. What's gonna happen? Let's discover. In the first house on the ascendant, this person is beautiful. Okay, let's start there. This person is beautiful. I don't care if it's male or female. Beautiful. They have soft appearance to them. When you look at them, they have this calm demeanor, right, appearance wise, and you could find that most of the time you can't even take your eyes off this person. That's how pleasant they become, to you, to your eye. Now it also means that they also very nice personality wise. They care, they soft, they are easy to gel with, right? And most of the time you'd find that they are literally surrounded by kids. Maybe they work with children, or maybe they have children that they take care of physically, like nobody else is taking care of the kids but them, regardless of the gender, right? So these are the things that we see. However, the biggest thing that you should know, since we're talking relationships here, is that this person could be staying with their mother, right? They could be literally sharing the same house with the mother, regardless of the age. If they if they are in their 40s, maybe they have their own house, obviously, but maybe their mom is staying in their own house, right? If they're not physically staying with the mom, then they could be visiting the mom a lot, or the mom is visiting them quite a lot, right? So now you go on and move on and meet somebody with a moon in their second house. Somebody with a moon in the second house, first of all, they have the ability to make money here, right? They have the ability to make money. Money comes to them, but it can also flow out as soon as it comes in, because moon fluctuates. However, money is not a scarce resource to them. They could lose it, but it's definitely going to come back again, right? They love food. If you want to keep this person in your life, cook them some food. They enjoy food, they enjoy eating, they enjoy cooking, and they could also be very well spoken, soft spoken rather, right? Maybe with a calming voice. When they speak, you just go, oh my gosh, just speak some more, make me sleep. Right? They have this nice voice, very smooth, very calming, and very charming as well, right? But it also means that they can also manipulate you quite easily, because you're going to just be zoomed out by the tonality of the voice and the smoothness of the voice, and then the next thing, you're washing their feet. Right? So it means that you should take care of this person in terms of food, take them out to a restaurant, all of that, feed them. That's their love language, and they will also feed you as is their love language. Right? Now they could be talking about their mom quite a lot. My mom did this, my mom that, I learned this from my mom, mama. Like even the face could be resembling the mom. Something about their face, maybe they have a spot that they took from their mama. Something on the face would remind you of their mama. Right. So now you move on and you meet somebody with a moon in the third house. Okay, first of all, here moon is required to be teaching. So this person could be maybe some sort of a teacher, but like to younger people, like people of some youthness in them. So this person could also be loving to do things manually, but like sewing, maybe like domesticated things like sewing, like cooking from scratch, like these type of things, right? So this moon here loves to travel. So this person is like traveling, maybe like short distances, like they're driving kids around. Maybe they have their own transport company, and now they're driving the people, like the kids of the community, to school back and forth. Or maybe they just traveling, making a routine of getting groceries on Tuesday, and then on Wednesday taking the kids to the sports, and then on on Thursday doing that. Like there's a whole lot of short travels with this moon, right? And they could also be like popular within the community, like because they busy up and down. So there could also be some popularity, like when people are wanting to ask a certain thing, they could be like, okay, go to that house, she knows what to do, go to that house, he knows what to do, like, right? So this person becomes also appealing in terms of social media now, because the social media, like if they have a YouTube channel and you look at their face, you just want to stick your eyes on the screen, because they just look good on the screen, like, right? They have that appealing aura, right? It's their aura that is more appealing, more pleasing, and all of that, right? However, they could also be restless a lot, like unable to fulfill everything that they have to do, maybe within a day, because they have so many things to do, but they can get restless or stressed quite easily, right? So yeah. And now you have the ultimate person, right, with their moon in the fourth house. This person is, first of all, secured in who they are. They ooze the comfort, when you're around them, you just feel like you're with your mom. They're so caring and motherly, and they just want to do everything for you. Okay, they want to feed you soup, they want to cook for you, they want to take off your shoes, they want to clean your house, your home, for you. They could also be like people who are working from home, or they could be maybe people who are working within the hospitality industry, but they also love their mom. They love their mom. And most of the time, it doesn't mean that they stay with your mom, but it could mean that there's a visitations, to and from mom, and mom is just present in their life, even if maybe the mom has passed on now, but that spirit of their mom, they carry it with it, but it's a comfortable one. It's not like a forced one. This is a person who is homely, like a homebody. They like to be at home. They enjoy home activities. This is the person that you don't need to take to a fancy restaurant to please. No, this is not the second house moon. This moon in the fourth house, you just cook food at home and they're gonna love it. You just say we're gonna do Netflix and chill, they love it. Anything regarding home, it's the best for them. That's how you get into their heart, right? So now you meet this person with their fifth house moon. First of all, they want to have children. They're thinking about children. They love to have children. They love to be a parent, right? And it doesn't matter with them if it's their kid or somebody else's kid. They just want to parent a child, right? And it also means that you as the partner, they're gonna see you like that. They're gonna tender to you as if you are their child, as if even the romance itself, they treat it like their child, right? They could be popular as well because moon, as cinema and all of that, so they could be very popular. However, when taking risks, they could take risks that are miscalculated, right? They love jewelry, they love comfort as well here, right? They would love to feel adored, right? And they're going to give it back to you. They're going to give you the romance, and they are like very creative in terms of this, right? Everything is smooth with this fifth house moon, right? Oh, did I mention resources? They're also able to accumulate resources here with this fifth house moon. So now you meet somebody with her sixth house moon. This person could be working in a service industry. Maybe they are a nurse. Maybe they are a server, like a waiter, a waitress, They could be also just caring for the elderly, So this person is somebody who is caring for the community in their work, in a job thing, but they will also take that personality into the relationship. They're going to want to serve you, like do some service to you. However, it is a difficult job for them, so they're gonna be stressed about it. They're gonna be complaining about it. You're going to be complaining about it too. You're going to see things that are not right that they're doing. You're going to say, you didn't do this for me, you didn't do that for me, and you're going to forget everything else that they did for you. Because moon in the sixth house, that's what it gets. It does for a whole lot of people, but nobody recognizes the good that this person does. Everybody looks at the bad that this person did or the shortage that this person had, and never ever what they gave. So this person that you're going to meet with the sixth house moon has a lot of accusations against them that are not fair, that are not just, that are not true. And on top of this, there is at least one one event that they will have to stand up for themselves and defend themselves regarding parenting, because remember, it's moon. So they could be blamed for maybe, maybe leaving a child, wherever, right? And then they have to defend themselves. So there's always this, even one time, one event. So this is to be expected with your patinara. And because they're serving everyone, they tend to neglect themselves. So you can serve them and release that stress. Yes. Moon in the 7th house is the partner that you now meet. This person is busy, okay? They're thinking about businesses, they're thinking about contracts, they're thinking about other people. So they're always connecting with other people, always with other people. And when they get into a relationship with you, they're thinking about being with you all the time. So it can bring up a lot of clinginess and insecurity because they want to get the approval of the other person, you in this case, or other people that they work with, other business partners, everything, right? So that's what their mind is all about. However, they are popular within their industry, they are respected within their industry, right? Because they tend to be knowledgeable about what they do, what they offer, how to do things, right? So with this 7th house moon, you get, you the partner, you're beautiful, you awesome looking, right? Because this person with the 7th house moon, that moon represents what? Their spouse, that is you. So you the handsome one, you the beautiful one, you also care about your partner, about this person, right? You have a nice personality because you're the partner representing the moon in the 7th house, the right. And now you meet somebody with moon in the 8th house, lots of secrets. They don't want to tell you anything. They pretend that they've forgotten stuff. Even if you do know that they know what you want to know, they're gonna say, I don't know, I don't remember, I can't recall, because they love to keep secrets a whole lot, which can frustrate you, of course. But this is how they are. They have experienced perhaps a lot of emotional turbulences in their life, and now they're trying to protect themselves emotionally, right? So you would have to dig in to get them out and to get them to trust you. But regardless of how much you try, you will never get all the secrets. They will always keep some of the secrets to themselves. But it also means that even their mother could have gone through all of these troubles when they were younger, and now they remember all the stress that their mom went through, and they don't want to take the emotional baggage that they saw their mom go through onto other people, right? But when it comes to the in-laws, that means your family now, they gel well with the in-laws. They get to be mamaed by the in-laws. They get to feel the care, the connection by the in-laws, from the in-laws, right? And this is where they could also find their wealth, right, as well. It could also mean that they work, with insurances, with mortuaries, even in the emergency section. This could be where they're working with this moon in the 8th house. It could also mean that their mother, upon passing, would leave them a whole lot of money. Inheritance from the mother is also seen with this moon in the 8th house, right? And most of the time they like to think about this, the rabbit activity. I almost said the word. They like to think about the rabbit activity a whole lot. They could be having some addictions, so they could be addicted to the rabbit activity itself, or other addictions that are taken by mouth. So watch out for this part. Yes, so that is your moon in the 8th house, right? And Now you meet somebody with the moon in the ninth house. They here today, gone tomorrow. Here today, gone tomorrow. Here today, gone tomorrow. Because they like to travel, they like to do up and down, they like to see things, they like to explore stuff. And if you're not coming with, they're going to leave you behind. Bye bye. Right, so this person could resemble a strength from their father, like strength of father. That's what they have. Even when they are talking, they could resemble the teachings that they got from their father. They could be talking about, my father taught me this, my father taught me this, my father did this for me, my father, right? Eventually you feel like, okay, now I'm with your father. Right? And this person is open-minded, like they're willing to learn new things, to learn new places, new people, to conversate. They like communicating with different people of different backgrounds. They don't know what discrimination is. What is that? Discrimination? What is that? That is not in their dictionary. They just open-minded, so meaning that they are easy to gel with. However, when it comes to relationships, their mind is wavering everywhere. So you could feel like, oh my gosh, I cannot have this person settling down and thinking just about me. They're thinking about everybody, everything, just open-minded. Right. And now, character-wise, in the 10th house, the moon, they resemble their father, which I forgot to say about the moon in the 4th house, because they would resemble their mother personality-wise and character-wise. But when it comes to the 10th house, then they resemble their father in terms of character. Even maybe in terms of the profession, they could be working with the father in the same place or influenced by the father when it comes to their career. Right. They could also be acting like a fatherly figure. Instead of cooking for you, they are doing a garden for you. They are doing plumbing for you. They're doing the masculine activities for you, but they still serve you. Yes, oh, they're popular, of course. Everybody knows about this person. Everybody likes them. But this person is critiqued quite a lot and rejected by many people. They reject him, they curse at this person, they talk stuff about him, they just mean to this person with the moon in the 10th house, right? So it means that you would have to give a bit of love, because the community is not so friendly towards this person with the moon in the 10th house. So they've experienced many tough situations within their work and within the community itself. So voila. And it also means that they love to work. They could be workaholics, always thinking about being at work, hardly at home, because why? They're in the office trying to get that money rolling, trying to get the promotion, trying to up the ladder of the professional sphere. Now, moon in the 11th house, my goodness, this person is a Casanova. Is a person's person, literally dating many people, dating the whole community. Right? They have a long history of dating. They change partners quite easily, quite fast. They get bored quite easily, quite fast, and they're lucky to find a new partner all the time. And they could be having many children around the community, but hardly making time to be with each child, right? This is, one of the things. But when it comes to money, they could make their own money, right? And through communication, networking, all of that, they have the capacity to make money. They have lots of dreams. At times these dreams are not practical, or they are too lazy to make them practical. But when it comes to dreaming, this is their best thing that they do. So they need you. They need you to come and help them make their dreams practical, right? They're very, very friendly with a whole lot of people, easy to make friends. And sometimes these friends, they backstab them, okay? So this person is backstabbed by their friends quite a lot, but they don't know it most of the time, right? So with this moon, you're getting a charmer, you're getting a Casanova, as I said. You're getting a smooth talker, you're getting somebody who's also appealing, pleasing personality wise. You just want to be with their friend, you just want to be with them. They are easy, but then also easy to move from one person to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next. Right. Then you meet somebody with the moon in the 12th house. They like to isolate themselves. And if they don't isolate themselves naturally, something is making them to be isolated, all right? They could be working maybe at a hospital where they have to be enclosed there for 20 hours a day, hardly seeing everybody. So maybe it's their job that is making them to be not available in the community, or they just like to zone out and just be alone most of the time, right? They like calm. If you can give them calm, then you do the best for this moon. But if you bring them stress, this person could be easily triggered into depression. So the more space you give them, the best that you do for them, right? But the more stress you bring them, then you send them to the other side of the spectrum, which we don't want. So this person is talented, highly talented. They could write a novel in 2 seconds. This person, they could make a song in just 1 minute, and it's a beautiful song. They have dreams when they sleep. These dreams, they like live visions, and when they wake up, they tell you, I saw this, and you're like, oh my god, that is true. How did you know? Because they are connected to the other side of the spiritual realm, right? But if they don't necessarily go to the other side of the fish with the spirituality, then they will take the other fish direction, where then they can self-destroy, they can fall into addictions, and they can't get out, right? They can't get out. The moon becomes too weak once it takes the other direction of the fish. Remember, Pisces is 2 fish. The other fish is going to the right and the other one is going to the left, right? So this is the moon. Oh, they could be experiencing a lot of expenses. Lots of money is getting out. You're trying to save, it can't. Money is getting out all the time. It's like what? It's like pockets that are having holes, right? You put money, it goes out. You put money, it goes out. You put money, it goes out. And it could also mean that they are estranged from their mom. Like they can't, maybe their mom stays in another country and they have to stay in another country. It's difficult to connect with the mother. It could also mean it's difficult to connect with the mother emotionally or mentally as well. Right. On that note, I must say thank you, and I'll chat to you soon. For now, I must say a bientôt. Ciao.